part of what interests me about the typewriter is it's a tool that's, you know, for the most part, it's just an extension of the hand, right? I mean, how hard you press on the key impacts what happens to the page. So there's still this connection. By the time you get to a computer, I mean, there's a complete break in that linkage. So I think it just becomes very difficult. My name's Tim Eulitt. I'm a visual artist from Los Angeles, and I am in Kansas City as part of my multi-year project to retype 100 novels. I retype each novel on the same make and model typewriter that the author used, and in a location that's germane to either the novel or to the author's life. In this case, it's germane to both. I'm retyping Evan Connell's two novels, Mrs. Bridge and Mr. Bridge, consecutively here, starting at Artspace at KCAI, and then I'm moving to the downtown branch of the Kansas City Public Library. I retype the entire novel on one sheet of paper that's supported by a second sheet. And as you can see, the page, not only does it become this black rectangle, it starts to eat through, and in fact eats through, in this case, it's eaten through both sheets. And what happens, the reason why I'm doing that, is at the end, I take the two pages apart and mount them as a diptych, which becomes a very formal representation of two pages of a book. So you have a rectangle and a smaller rectangle and a rectangle and a smaller rectangle. And that formal quality is really what served as the initial impetus for the project in its entirety. I choose to retype the novels as an act of devotion and dedication. I think that's really grounded in the notion, for me anyway, that really in my whole life, I mean, if I think back to grade school and middle school and high school and then certainly college and I think maybe most importantly in my young adulthood, reading was always there for me, and it was a source of escape if I wasn't too happy with what was going on, or it was a source of stimulation if I was at a good spot in my life. I mean, it's always been there for me, and I think that's why my visual art is so grounded in text and literature. I get a little tired some days. I mean, not, you know, people usually think it's going to be in my hands. I actually kind of get it up in my neck. You know, when I've had a long day at the typewriter, or, you know, I'm going to type here for something like 20, 21 days straight, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, nonstop. So yeah, I'll be a little worn out by the end of it, for sure. But nothing, I mean, look, people spent their lives, you know, sitting in a typing pool, right, and typing their whole lives. So I mean, I can hack it through a 20-day performance. You know, that's not so bad.